Anna and I finally saw Dear Evan Hansen. This is probably the second most requested musical for me to talk about. I've talked about it before. I talked about it after my very first listen through of the cast recording, but now I've seen it live on stage and I have some thoughts. I asked you guys on Instagram to send me some questions to discuss in this video. I haven't looked at the questions, so whatever I say is just from the top of my brain. I don't know why I hesitated there. I was like gonna say mind and then I said brain and then I hesitated and it was weird. Let's move on. This person just said everything. Also, I love your YouTube channel. I love you for watching. Brianna says, did you cry? And no, I didn't. I think the reason I didn't cry is because I have this book. It's upside down. Great. I'm a professional. But I have this book. I was reading it for research for a musical of the month video, and inside they have the script. So I basically knew everything that was going to happen, and I feel like that prepared me. But everybody around me cried. Like, you could hear everyone audibly sobbing. The best way I can describe the feeling of knowing like everybody around me was sobbing is this meme. That's what I felt like. There was a girl in the row in front of me that was just distraught, but I definitely felt the emotions, and to say I felt them is an understatement because they kind of just hit me like a truck or a ton of bricks or a tomato. They hit me square in the face. How much more emotional is it to actually see it instead of just listening to the soundtrack? It is so much more emotional. Like I said, it feels like you're getting hit with a truck. And you don't really like get a break. I mean, I guess you kind of do in like Sincerely Me, but you still know what the situation is and it's still pretty heavy. It's a heavy, heavy show. You're not going in seeing like the Addams Family. You're going in seeing like next to normal levels. This person says, I'm too obsessed with Hamilton to move on to other plays. That sounds like a personal problem. Did you like Connor's character, or did you feel like you wanted more from him? And that is from... Who's that from? Who's that from? It's from Kira. I liked Connor's character. I liked that they brought him back as like a part of Evan's brain. I thought that was a really cool concept. Could we have seen more from him? Probably, but there's only so much time. Kira also asks, favorite song in Act 1 and Act 2? I feel like I'm going to just cop out here and say Waving Through a Window is probably my favorite in Act 1, which is probably what a lot of people say, but I'm okay being a local. And Act 2, I don't even remember what songs were in Act 2. Oh, there's the Sincerely Me Wreck Cry. Sincerely Me is always a good time. Oh, Good For You was actually surprisingly really good. So one of those. Lindsay says, you're so lucky. What do you think of the actors? Did you cry? Did you sing along? I definitely sang along in my head to Waving Through a Window and You Will Be Found because those are the only two that I actually really knew. And oh my gosh, the cast that I saw was wonderful. I saw the touring cast and Ben Levi Ross was Evan and he's just incredible. His voice is amazing. Sometimes it's easy to go in and think of like the original cast member that you love so much, so I had Ben Platt in my brain, but soon I was Team Ben. Wait, they're both named Ben. I'm Team Ben Platt and also Team Ben Levi Ross, but for that night I was Team Ben Levi Ross. But I'm also always Team Ben Platt. Always. Amelia says, I don't have any question, I'm just really happy for you, and that is so sweet. Thank you so much. Oh, Molly says, from someone who deals with anxiety, how did you feel it was portrayed? I thought it was portrayed pretty well. I know from reading this book that Ben Platt really took care to like make Evan quirky and have like little tics and quirks, and I definitely got that from Ben Levi Ross as well, and he was just so believable. Like I couldn't separate the actor from the character. That is how believable he was. I was just like, oh, we're just watching Evan Hansen. That is Evan Hansen. He just had these mannerisms and these little things that he would do, and I think that's super cool. Nikki says, should I go see it on tour? And I definitely think that anybody that can should. Like I said, the cast was great. There's actually someone in it that was on an episode of Girl Meets World. I think they were on Girl Meets Triangle, and he played the art teacher. So that's really cool, and he was also in Endgame, which is crazy. Endgame and Infinity War, he was a stand-in for Doctor Strange, for the Benedict Cumberbatch, and in that video that Chris Pratt posted on Instagram where he was like, I illegally filmed this, but I couldn't pass it up. You can see him in it, and that's so cool. He plays Connor and Zoe's dad, and he's great. Just everybody was great. It was great. Dejin asks, what actor should play Evan in the movie adaptation? And I have to say Ben Platt. I can't picture anybody else doing it unless it's Ben Levi Ross, but like Ben Platt. What was your opinion on the choreography? It was so good. It was so like poignant. Whenever I say poignant, I feel really fancy. But like it was so poignant. I was gonna say something else, but like, that's the only word I could think of. Everything was so sharp, and everything was just like boom, boom, boom. And it all had purpose, and it all had meaning. And it was epic. I have to say that the lighting and the set design and just like all the technical aspects of it were just incredible. Everyone working behind the scenes on this, everyone that brought it to life in the first place is just incredibly talented. Let me know in the comments if you have seen Dear Evan Hansen and what your thoughts are on some of these questions. And I will see you next time. I love you all. Stay beautiful, you people. Bye!